Well, this has definitely got to be a good indicator for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and for Marvel Studios in regards to what the critics are saying, especially when it comes to that Rotten Tomatoes score because it's the highest rated MCU project to date. So yes, the reviews and Rotten Tomatoes are coming in and we're seeing what we expected. It's pretty high rated. Now before people ask, yes, audio commentary will be dropping tomorrow from myself and Mitch, so expect that early in the morning. Now let's get to the news. So the reviews are pretty much what you would imagine from this. It's another victory from the MCU. It's another victory for Captain America as a franchise. And they all more or less just praise the pacing, the characters, the moment-to-moment structure, what it's doing, the setting, what they're trying to talk about as the series has serious implications on stuff. And when it comes to the Rotten Tomatoes, it was sitting at 96. I refreshed it. It jumped to 97. Took another minute. Refreshed it. 96. So it's definitely high up there. Which, if you compare it to the rest of the MCU so far, and you start looking at some of those scores and how it's landing and where it's placing itself, this puts it tied or slightly higher than Black Panther, which currently sits at 96% and is also the highest rated Rotten Tomatoes comic book movie ever, which honestly, you know, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I think people suspected it was going to be rated pretty high. Now, of course, this is going to go differently as the show continues, because if you look at it, WandaVision came out, the first 2 episodes were 100, and then it sort of dipped down, and then it jumped back up, and it went from like 100 to like a 96, and it ended its entire run on a 91 because the lowest rated episode was the last one. So obviously by the end of the series, if they completely fub something up, then it'll go pretty terrible, but I'm assuming it'll remain in like above a 85, probably remain in the 90s. I mean, it is one of these Captain America properties, and it is pretty high action and everything, which is what I think people have been looking for, and that's what you get from the reviews. But overall, Marvel Studios has got to be happy with this one. I don't see there's a chance that people are massively disappointed with this. I could be wrong. I could be. I mean, there's definitely going to be people that hate it, right? I mean, that's a given. But it looks like the general consensus is Marvel with another home run on top of all the other home runs. But hey, at this point, did we actually expect this to be terrible? I don't think so.